Okay. All right. Welcome to the last day of the second quarter of this year. Today is gonna be a big marking. Uh, Half a year is gone, and second quarter is done, and now we are expecting earnings on the next quarter to come out. So the expectation, like I was saying, a lot of it, this beginning of June or middle of May, I was telling you guys all this that we may get some warnings coming out of the middle of June. If there were going to be these stocks were going to get affected with their earnings big time. If they, a lot of the warnings were done in their when they had their conference calls right after the earnings. A lot of the warnings were done back then, but I was expecting more earnings to more companies to come out in middle of June or even just maybe a week before the end of this quarter, that they were going to warn that maybe they were not going to live up with their earnings. So we didn't get many, to be honest. Like if you look at the any news conferences, we did not get many. So what is the expectation from the earnings that is coming up on the market? So the expectation is the market will have, I think the earnings will be okay. They will not be that great, but they will be okay. The market will survive on that. And because we were expecting the worst, but it's going to be actually better, right? So the earnings are going to start next week, and there are some earnings come out this they're coming out this week that I post up. The most important one is STZ. We'll talk about that in a minute because I like that stock. We talked about it on the weekend. We'll talk about that after in a minute here. Let's go with the market update first. So what is happening with the ES futures? What's happening overall in the market right now? And is it gonna lead it to higher or lower? So we're looking at the ES on the daily here, and that is the chart that you should be on your screen. Yes. So ES is only less than about 40 points away from the all-time high. Can it break it? So far, the way it looks, if you don't get any geopolitical issues or anything that Donald Trump says negative, I think we're gonna break this. Why? Because we also got the budget is being passed. It's getting to the Senate, and some of the things that in the budget, I hope you guys follow the budget because that really helps you make money in the stocks as well. Because what are they putting in the budget? Remember, they were taking all the renewables out, like for the FSLR and the cars. Now they're reconsidering actually to put some of that stuff back in. So so far this morning, if you look at all the renewables, look at the FSLR, these stocks are up this morning. So if you've been watching the news, you know what side of the market is going to move. And there are a lot of things in this budget that is going to affect a lot of stocks in the stock market. So we are looking at the renewables coming back into the budget, and that is pushing look at the FSLR, is pushing it higher, and that's what's actually pushing this market higher, is the passing of that budget. So the budget will go back to Congress, and Congress will, I'm pretty sure they're going to be quickly get that done, and they want to get it done by Friday. They wanted to have it on the desk on Friday. If it does, we are breaking this all-time high. This market is going to continue to the upside. Even though we are looking at the microeconomic numbers that are coming out, we also have those numbers coming out, some of them this week, that's going to affect the market, but they will be non-compliant till least when these numbers come out. So the market is going to get pushed higher, and I think we're going to break this 6290 and 6300, and we're going to continue to the upside. So what am I going to be doing? I'm going to be taking risk on. So this is what you want. I have a few stocks that are doing very well that you can maybe continue to own or buy some of them for day trades. And I will talk about them in a minute here. So let's just go over the market quickly. Go on the hourly chart on the ES, and it's right there. It's ready to break out. And I'm looking for this to get to the 6,300 level, whether it's today or tomorrow. It's happening this week sometimes, unless, like I said, something really bad happens. So what about the NQ? NQ is the same thing. NQ is on a roll. It's already breaking the new highs pretty much, almost there. And this is just looking at King and Nvidia, and you look at Microsoft. Both of those stocks are just bowling their way to the top level right now. Okay, so those stocks are both are taking off. They have a race to 4 trillion market cap. So just let me quickly show you on the screener here. If you look at Nvidia here, Nvidia's got roughly 3.85 trillion market cap, and Microsoft's got 3.69. Still today, if somebody were to tell me if which company I would buy between the two, I would definitely buy Microsoft. I would put all my money in Microsoft rather than Nvidia. Nvidia is on why? Because Nvidia has only one thing going for them. That is the chip market. Right now, the chip market is hot. Microsoft's got everything. It's well diversified. Okay, well diversified company. That's why I would be in Microsoft, and not because the stock is cheap in Nvidia. And that really doesn't mean much. But what the price of the stock is, this really matters, especially the market cap. When you look at the market cap and the wall diversification, look at the price to earnings ratio, the difference between the two also as well. So Nvidia is running basically on growth right now. Microsoft is running as a mature company. And you don't see a mature company like this one here having a price to earnings ratio of 38 and having a market cap of 3.69 trillion. I still think this company is the strongest company out there. Okay. So that little tick was going off in my algo there. I'll show you the algo, how well the algo has been doing this morning so far, and the settings that I would use. I changed a little bit on the algo as well, which I will update with you guys a little bit. I've been testing it, so just give me a few minutes. We'll talk about that. So that is Nvidia and the Nasdaq and the NQ. NQ today is a risk on, even though we're looking to. On the 1 minute here, we are seeing the NQ to the downside, but overall the market is very strong to the upside. 862 is the bottom I'm looking at right now on the NQ. Okay, so presently it's trading at 882. That's about 20 points away. If it does become below that, we can be short on the market, but I think this market is very strong to the upside, so be very careful. Looking at the oil price, it's after all that big stuff that went on last week with the geopolitical issue, it's finally settling down back at 65. I do see it coming back to this golden line, which is about 62.45. I don't see oil prices going up yet. I see it coming down to the toward side. When we do get interest rate cuts, if we do in end of July here, which is when Paul has that rate decision, I think this will pump up a little bit. But I see oil coming down to the $62 level if it breaks this golden line, further down to the downside. Also, the right now the gold market has settled down. There's no big issues. I see further downside on gold. Okay, I like to see it come to the 31.86 level here. I still see further downside, but still long term, I'm still owner of gold. I still like gold better than Bitcoin. Okay. So if you're going to own between the two, I would buy definitely gold here. But gold on the short term is coming down because of geopolitical issues, and also the market, the world is a little bit calm. If something does pick up in the world, we are going back. This gold will be the first one to jump back up. Okay, so keep a close eye on this one. Russell is again, this one is heading to the upside. Let's take a look at put call ratio on this one. On the three thing, we are look at the look. If you look at the price to put call ratio on the SPY, gone very strong towards the call side. Same thing with the triple Qs, very strong. Look at this eye. Look at this one. It's pointing a very strong to the upside. All three put call ratios are point that the market is going to be very strong to the upside and breaking out. So this is a really good indicator. Every day I look at it. Every day tells me, which direction the market's going, and this is telling me very strong that this market is going to be breaking out to the upside, and you can see how strong it is on the hourly as well. Okay, so learn to look at the put call ratio. Everything is working great out for our Donald Trump, and even the 10-year is headed to the lower side. On the weekend, I don't know if anybody watched the interview with Bartiromo on the Fox there, that he was saying, remember that $9.5 trillion debt that is due soon? What is he saying is he's, instead of going long-term debt, like a 15, 20, 30 year, which is nobody's willing to take anyway. Nobody wants a 15-year debt. Nobody wants a 20-year. He knows that. Because why? Because they don't know where the dollar is going to be in 15 years or 20 years or 30 years. But people are willing to take the short-term debt. The problem with the short-term debt is this is still sitting above 4%. And that's why he wants Jerome Powell to cut interest rates. So this 10-year will come down further side so they can finance their debt on the short term much, much better. And that's what he wants. He wants this 10-year below 4%. And that's why he really wants them to cut interest rates. Will he get it? So far, if the market stays calm, it does. But when you have the yield coming down, you go also going to weaken the American dollar. Look where the dollar index is. It's going to the downside. And we talk about this every single day. And what I have been saying to you guys, this thing is going to the downside. And the dollar is going to the downside. And where do we see a further weakness in the US dollar? That is in the Forex market. And remember what I've been saying about the Forex market? Look at the euro. I've been saying this thing is going to hit 120, and it's going there. It's slowly getting there. So if you've been holding on to those trades, that's fantastic. And look at the pound. And the pound, I've been saying it's going to be $1.40, and it's been just reaping it up there. And the Canadian dollar is also a little bit stronger, but not as strong. But still, it's getting a little bit stronger. I see $1.35 coming back to this range again here. It did come to the $1.35. Remember, I've been saying for a while, it's coming down there. It is going to continue to come to the downside. And if they get this deal done, especially with the trade, the Canadians took the digital tax. They rescinded the tax. I hope you guys heard that news this morning. That they're going to continue with the negotiation with the U.S. And that is what this morning, that's the big news in Canada. That if they can get a deal done, the Canadian dollar will get stronger as well. I think $1.35, $1.34 is not very far away. Okay, so Forex currencies and the yen is also strong against the, again, going to the, I see this $1.35. Even though it's sitting $1.44, if you look at the best Forex trade of all that stock, all the pairs, I think this is the best one that you can make money on. So I think that this is heading back to the $1.35, maybe even $1.30 eventually. But $1.35 is definitely on the way for this one. So definitely look at that. And quickly take a look at what is Bitcoin doing for the Bitcoin fans. Where is Mr. Bitcoin, BTC? Here we go. 108. It's sitting here. It's breaking this trend line to the upside, but the price did not stay above that. It came right back. So this was a false breakout. So if you're looking for Bitcoin buy, with the interest rate cuts, I see Bitcoin going higher. Okay, if they cut interest rates and there's a rumor getting stronger and stronger that they might do a quarter point at the end of July, if they do, I see Bitcoin going higher. Okay, Bitcoin is going to break this trend line to the upside and possibly break the all-time high, which is about 113, 114K. I hope I'm being very clear with you with what direction stuff is going. Okay, so why do I say I back it up? Because when you have a free money coming into the market, like every time they cut interest rates, that is the liquidity into the market. When I say liquidity into the market, that means dollars, money is coming into the market, extra money that people are going to spend on. When they're taking liquidity out of the market, that's when they're taxing you. That's when they're raising interest rates. Okay? So when they're, remember those two words, when liquidity is coming in, when liquidity is going out. So anytime when you put taxes on anybody, you're taking liquidity out of the market. People don't have enough money to spend when you're taxing them. Okay, so understand those things very clearly, and they go hand in hand with the stock market. They really do. So that is your Bitcoin. Take a look at what else we got left here. I showed you a dollar index at Forex we gone through. Another thing, let's go quickly to the stocks. It's already 8:34. Time is flying. I got a few stocks that I really like that this morning. The reason is, I have a reason for it. One of them was This one is dear. This one is a long term. Uh, I'm gonna tell you if this is a short term stock or a long term stock. Okay, this one is a long term stock. It doesn't have a great chart. It doesn't have great numbers. But the reason I like this one here is because energy, future energy. This stock here is into uranium. And if you, the other stock that is chemical. So I'm going to compare. The reason I'm saying this one here, because this one here seems to be very undervalued. And this one, chemical, why not this one? This one has gone up a lot. This is chemical, and they produce. This is a Canadian company that produces uranium. A very good company. If you have it, hang on to it. It's going higher. Okay, but I'm really finding this one much cheaper, and still got growth in it. They are based out of Texas in the U.S., but I think this one here, I'm specifically looking for this breakout at 891. But I'm actually gonna thinking about even buying it here, just to accumulate some a little bit of these stock. But this is a long term. Okay, if you have a long term portfolio, that's where I would want to put this in. Okay, not a short term stock. But I hope it makes money on the short term stock. But again, really, hopefully it'll take off very soon. Look at this volume. A lot of this volume here, this is all institutional buying. Okay, they've been buying this stock on the dip, and they're pushing the price higher, and they've been buying it very quietly. Okay, they've been buying very quietly, and this is institutional buying. And once they bought enough stock, they're gonna push this stock very quickly to the upside. So, you know, I'm not guessing from all the work that I put in to looking at this stock. So sometimes the stocks work out, sometimes they don't. But this is a good chance of working out because it's been left behind compared to if you look at chemical. So, and plus the uranium is in demand, and the more and more nuclear power is going to be used for servers, AI, and it's a very clean burning fuel. The only problem with it is storing. After all the the uranium got burnt out, they need to store somewhere. I think the future is maybe store this stuff on the moon, send it to the moon, store it up there. Right now they're burying it in the earth, which is really bad for our water, bad for our all the commodities we get out of the ground. So it's not really good the way they store it right now. But I love to see this thing go out in space and store it on the moon. Okay, so really good stuff. This look into uranium a little more. Okay, so definitely look into this company. Don't just take my word for it. Go do some research on it. Okay, before you even decide to go and buy it. So I really think this is a good company that is on its way to the upside. So let's go back to some of the other stocks. That's one. Meta is again. It's I give it $1,000 target on this stock. It's breaking new highs. It's already breaking a new highs today. So this is the all-time high, 746, and I think it's headed to $1,000. If you have it, hang on to it. I'm a bull on it. The technology they have is just amazing. And Zuckerberg is spending a lot of money on AI. This is going to continue to the upside. So if you're holding it, just fantastic. What's the other ones I got on my list? My favorite, another one is Uber. I'm holding that one from a while. And I think this one is headed to look, it's already breaking it's the all-time high. And I think it's going, I think $100 plus level on this one. Robo Taxi, Lyft, anybody else, there's no comparison. And this is the one I want to talk about. STZ has earnings coming out, Constellation Brands. I think this stock has really been beaten up, but I'm waiting for the earnings. If the earnings are good tomorrow, I'm buying this stock. Okay, so they're coming out with earnings tomorrow. I know some people may have this stock already, but I'm a bull on it. I like the stock, even if the bad earnings. The reason the bad earnings are happening is because this fight that's going on between Canada and the U.S. A lot of liquor is not being imported by the Canadians right now from the U.S. And this is a big liquor, wine, beer company. So you know, right now it's a, sort of like a bearish flag here, and it does have earnings. So if the earnings are any better or basically the same, this thing could hold up here and possibly turn around back to the upside. So I like STZ, definitely to hold on. If anybody's got any stocks they want me to take a look, put them in the chat. So a few other one. Amazon is another one. If you want to go into a day trade, Amazon, I'm a long term already into it. But if you want to, it's breaking the all-time highs. Not all-time highs. They're breaking the highs here, and the target is 250 on it. Okay, 223K. I talked about a little bit on the weekend. Jeff Bezos got married, and he's getting a nice present because his stock is going up. He's making more money while he's on his honeymoon there in Venice. I've been to Venice actually, guys. Just a beautiful city. Anyway, it's go if you get a chance. But again, beautiful city, and again, this is a beautiful stock, making us money. And if you've been holding it way back here, that's fantastic. Hang on to it. Disney is another one hitting new high. Their new movie is doing very well, and this stock is headed to. It's already up a couple of bucks this morning. I've been. If you bought it for your kids, guys, your kids must be really happy. Remember how many times I said back here, buy it for your kids, buy it for their portfolio, right? So this is heading higher. It's gonna break this level hopefully. Looking at maybe 140, 150 on Disney. So you know, really a fantastic story on Disney. So if you still have it, I would still hang on to it. If you're gonna buy it, it's breaking out this high. So if you want to take a risk for a day trade, it's a different story. But again, I'm already a long-term holder and very happy with it. Okay, so definitely hang in. GIS, let's quickly take a look at that. Look, I love, a lot of people love to talk about stocks that are going to the downside. I love to talk about stocks that are going downside as well, because I am a holder of this stock. The reason this stock is going, I told you guys many times, okay, our JFK is taking the coloring out of the food industry. And these guys are big cereal makers, okay? Cereal makers, they use a lot of coloring to make the kids happy. You know those Oreos with different colors? It's going away in the US. I don't know, I hope Canada does it too. They put a lot of chemicals in those things to do that, and it's costing a lot of these companies. A lot of other food companies are in the same boat. They're telling them get rid of it, and these guys are promising in the next year they will be all gone, and it's costing them a lot of overhead right now to take all that, change their machinery or whatever they're doing, right? Once they've done that, this stock will turn around back to the upside. So I hope this thing goes to $40 because I will buy it even at $40. The reason is we know why this stock is going down, and it will turn around, right? Kids are not going to stop eating cereal in the morning, right? A lot of people are not. They also got into the dog food as well. So I'm a owner of this company, and I'm not a buyer at current price, but if it comes down further, I will buy. Okay. I'm definitely a buyer in long term. So I would not, if you have it, you have patience and you're long term in it, hang on to it. Okay. Then again, just remember, guys, this is my own opinion of my stocks, what I think of it. At the end of the day, do as you wish. Okay. So I can't tell you what to do. I can only tell you what I'm doing. Okay. So remember that. So that is quickly going. There are some other stocks. AVGO is breaking out the new highs. Day trade, if anybody's looking at it. Broadcom breaking out to the new highs. There's KTOS is I think recovering really nicely. It's going up. I'm just quickly going through with it. It's hitting the highs. So if you want to look at these stocks, they're pretty good for day trades. And I'm not suggesting them long term. Okay, just remember when I say long term, I will say long term. But these stocks could be for day trading, or so just a very short term swing trade if you want. Okay, what's the other ones I got on my list? What's this one here? AEVA. This is another one I was looking at this morning on a breaking out to the upside. Um, it's very strong. It could be a day trade. It's a very strong stock. I think we talked about this stock when it actually broke out way back here. I don't know if anybody bought it back here, but again, we were talking about it. I didn't buy it, but we did buy it, talk about it if it breaks out. Somebody brought it up, and I said, well, buy it when it breaks out up here. I don't know who it was. If somebody's in here and it has that stock still, well, बहुत बधाइयाँ, because you brought it up and we talked about it, and if you bought it here, congratulations, it's just taking off. It's already up 3 times, right? Or 4 times almost, right? So if you got it, fantastic. It was on my list. I think this was brought in it's the beginning of May or something, like middle of May or something like that. Because I put every time I talk about stocks, I have a day, I put a date on it, and I put all the stocks that I talk about. So if I go back, I'll probably know the exact date when somebody's bought this up. So if you bought it, fantastic. Okay, quickly, I'm done a little bit with stocks. It's already 8:46. I need to get ready for the show. I'm gonna quickly talk about the algo and my settings a little bit this morning. So far, it's done 3 trades on the 5 minute. This is the 5 minute. I got it set up here on my alerts. It goes right into my trading account. This is actually, it's juicing my real time. I got it into a real account. So it took 3 trades this morning since 3:30, and it's positive. This one here actually just took a trade a few minutes ago, and I ended up with only $10 profit, not 31. This one $391 profit. It actually was 400 on mine, and this one here actually changed $20 profit. This was on Friday, sir, but all 3 trades have been very profitable this morning. One has been really profitable. The other one's been $10, $20, but again, still over $400 profit without me doing anything. Okay, that's what this algo. But think about this. This algo went short right here at 886. If you started trading this manually, look where you are. Look what this thing has done. It's actually gone from 886 all the way to 861. So you are making a ton of money if you took this manually. And this one really took off nicely to the upside early this morning. So made nice money on this one. All 3 trades really went well this morning. Look where this one bought. Look how this one went. This one actually shorted. Look how quickly this one got out, right? Without losing any money. So they have the algos have done really well. The 15-minute trade, the algo hasn't taken any trades since since Friday. It did not take any trades. Why didn't it take trades? Remember, when it's trading, when all the the indicators or the restrictions are very tight. So if you look at this stock and the 15-minute, look how tight this is. So when the stock moves like this is when it's going to go into a trade. When it's going to go into a trade when it's volatility. There has been no volatility since last night on the 15-minute. Okay, but on the 5-minute there's been a volatility. Like you see the volatility more on the 5-minute, but on the 15-minute there's been no volatility, and that's why there has been no trades on the 15-minute. Okay, I'm doing them both. I got both of them running live. Okay, the 5 and the 15-minute. Okay, so anyways, I will share if you guys got if you want me to share my settings, I can share my settings. I will do a little bit later. If you want to share your settings, if you're getting any better, please do share them in with the group so everybody can have a look at your settings. What I mean by the settings is when you go in here, you go in all the inputs here, and whatever settings you have, if they're better, please share them. Okay, and I will share all my settings. We'll talk about it more after 9:30. This auto trading is really working nicely, and if you want to set up auto trading for yourself, you can DM me. Okay, so we can work something out. So anyways, guys, I got 11 minutes to get ready. Harvey is up next if he's on voice. I will see you guys at 9:30 after the show. Thank you very much, and have a very good day of trading. Stay green.